Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Georgia Hub Podcast. This episode, we're going to be talking about how to design your own workout program. This is really, really exciting for someone who's maybe fresh to the gym, or maybe you just want to get back into the gym, or maybe someone who's going to the gym right now and has no clue what to do. So one thing I want to talk about before I talk about this is there is a free 5-day workshop coming up very shortly where it's going to be this, but in more detail. One of the challenges is going to not challenges, one of the tasks challenges, same thing. One of the challenges, which technically isn't like I've got to spend an hour on this, is going to be talking about how to design your own workout plan, which is going to really help you. So today I'm going to talk about the basics, and then in the workshop, I'm going to talk about the fundamentals. So you haven't already, make sure to follow me on Instagram, the Georgia Fitness Coach, because that's where you're going to find all the information regarding the workshop and where you can join. And it's been really, really good. We did it last year, really, really effective. We had people, great feedback, really helping them, not just with the workouts, but just general health and living, which is really, really exciting. So how to design your own workout program. Let's go with number one. The first thing you need to do is, what's the goal? A lot of times we see people just doing some crazy workouts and not having a real understanding of what the goal is, because guess what? Your workout can help you with your goals. Of course, I'm a big fan of nutrition and being active outside the gym. That's really, really important, but your workout will play a difference. A lot of times people are doing the wrong thing for what they actually want to do. However, sometimes I also believe that they've got to go through that phase to be where they want to be. So let's say someone's just going to the gym just to go on cardio and treadmills. I did that when I first started, when I was in 16. I didn't want to lift weights I wanted to wait till I was 18 to lift weights. I don't know why I did that, because I was still at the same height the whole time. Anyway, but I was just doing cardio and treadmill. But what helped me is they built confidence just going to the gym, building that routine of waking up, putting my gym clothes on, getting to the gym. And then a year later, I was lifting weights and so on. So, of course, if you're trying to want to get to your goal quite soon, then establishing your goal, whether that is, and this is, you've got to really go deep down. It's not just I want to have a goal. What's your goal? Is it to feel healthier? Is it to gain more muscle? Is it to lose fat? Is it to work out? Is it to run? Is it to so many goals? I've just lost so many goals here. Is it to be body recomposition? Is it this? I'm not going to say, I could go a lot more detail, but what's your goal? Because that's going to play a factor in how many times you work out, what you should work out. Time of day, not too big of a factor, but it may play a factor in the future. The workout exercises, the sets, the time of the gym, how long you want to be in the gym, what you want to do outside the gym, and so on. All these play factors with your goals. So what I suggest is it a performance goal? That's one. Do you want to lift heavier? And so on. So establish a goal for you and really have your why behind it. So establish a goal and now think of the why. What is your why? And maybe your why is something that you're not thinking about right now. Maybe it's actually a bit more deeper that you're not wanting to really say, but have at least one why for yourself. If you want to impress someone else, great. If you want to feel better to impress someone else, great. But actually have a why for you, because I want to feel stronger, because I want to feel healthier, because I want to feel confident in the mirror. I want to feel confident in that family photo. I want to feel confident when I go to a place and so on. You may have any more goals, but have at least one or two whys off for yourself, because that's going to be when things get tough. That's going to help you get push through. Next is going to be talking about a workout split. So we're obviously talking about the gym program here. So, of course, if you were doing home workouts, you could do 2-3 workouts per week, and you could do full bodies. Now, if you're doing 1 to 3 workouts, whatever you're doing, I suggest doing a full body, because you're able to work the muscles and so on. Most likely, you're not lifting so heavy, so your body has got time to recover. If you're doing 3 to more workouts, I would suggest splitting up, maybe into upper lowers, or maybe more of a push pull legs if that's a gym. But if you're at home, you could be doing the same upper lower, upper lower. You may end adding a run as well. So think of a workout split that you can stay consistent with, and so on. And it will depend if you are at home or if you're in the gym. The next is choosing your exercises. Now, another thing you've got to think about is time. How long do you have? Do you have 30 minutes? Do you have 20 minutes? Do you have an hour? Personally, if you're listening to this and you're wanting to create your own workout program and you may be a bit more of a beginner, you do not need to working out for over an hour. And any time over that hour could be spent going for a walk, focusing on things outside the gym. And that's a huge factor. So if you have 20 minutes to an hour, you need to think about 3 to maybe 7 exercises. Depend where's your workout split. So that's upper body exercises, full body exercises, and you want to, well, what exercise are you going to do? And that's the next step. Well, think about this exercise you want to do. What's going to really help you is if you went to the gym and you had a good understanding of what exercise you want to do. Now, of course, that's kind of like my job to kind of thinking out of it is basically to give you the exercises so you could just do it. But if you do some own research, you can find some exercises that are most suitable for you. Some will be good for you, some may not be good for you. There's a lot of rubbish on the internet these days, and a lot of these some exercises, any exercise done incorrectly, of course, is bad for you. But personally, some exercises I just wouldn't recommend. I think you could be doing a lot more better exercises. But it's very vague to talk about because it says you could be thinking I'm saying anything here, but there are. All I'm saying is be careful of who you listen to and what you watch. The next is choose your sets and reps. If I was someone right now, I would be focusing on rep range between 12 and 15 as like the first, getting confident in the gym, learning how to do this exercise. Like if you're doing this exercise for the first time, you don't want to go super heavy because if it's incorrect, then you can injure yourself. So go light on these exercises, do 12, 15 reps and get better at the exercise. The first month shouldn't be, I've lifted 100 kg heavier. It's about, what's my form like? Is my form better? Can I feel, is my muscle being activated? Because that's really going to help you. So I would say doing a few 2 or 3 sets per exercise right now. If you've got less time in the gym, 2 sets. If you have more, maybe 3, or warm-up sets as well, just to get the muscles feeling good. The next is once you have got confident with the exercise and the form is better, learn about progression. Simple rule is the last 3 reps of most exercises should be challenging. And if they're not challenging enough, you need to increase the weights or increase the amount of reps you do. So let's say you're doing a leg extension. Can't do an example here, but let's say you're doing leg extension and you're lifting 20 kg. And let's say you're doing 20, let's say you did 20 reps of 20 kg and it felt a breeze. Then most likely you could have done 23, 24. However, next set, you can probably put up to 25, 30, and maybe you're hitting 15. But let's say you progress, and you're on like 40 kg. That 40 kg, you're doing 12 reps. And that 12 reps is really, really challenging, But what I want you to think about is going to 8 to 12 rep range where the last 3 reps are challenging. So let's say you're doing 40 kg and the last 3 reps, you're on 8 to 12, it's finding really, really challenging. You still progress with that until you're doing 8 to 12 and it's pretty comfortable. And then you move the weight up and then you're doing 6 reps with 50 kg. And you're like, the last 3 reps are really, really challenging. But you do it again, you work towards 60, work towards 50, 6 reps. But then eventually that 6 reps become 8. That 8 reps become 12. And then you're like, oh, I'm doing 12 reps, 50. That's when you go again. So just think about how the last 3 rep feels. Your facial expression should be challenged. Now, it's really important that you do focus on the things before I mention this, becoming more confident with form, because again, doing anything incorrectly isn't good. It's like a little side note. It's like deadlift isn't the best exercise because you're going to get injured. But actually, doing any exercise with poor form is a bad exercise. So there's no good or bad exercise. It's about, can you do it with the correct form and what's suitable for you right now, realistic for you. And then after you put everything together, you put it all together. Now, that sounds simple, Siri, but this is what we're going to. Yeah, I made it out like it sounds simple, or it may be quite challenging. And that's why we're going to talk about the workshop. We're going to put it like, what can you do right now? Because right now I've given you loads of different information, like different sets or different exercises. I haven't actually given exercises, but different workout splits. But what can you do right now? On this workshop, we're going to be talking about, well, What's best for you? What can you do right now? Maybe you're going to be going to the gym twice a week and you're doing 2 full body workouts. You've got a list of your exercises, you know the sets and reps, and you know how you're going to progress over time. And that's what we're going to touch on in the workshop. So if you're interested in the workshop, definitely go check out that my Instagram, the Juice Fitness Coach. There's going to be a few posts about it. Make sure to join. If you have a friend or family member who this may be really interesting to, get them involved as well, because the more the merrier. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this episode and see you in the next one.